Aaliyah mentioned what RVMS is. We are a nonprofit. I don't know if a lot of people realize that. We are a 501c3. We're run predominantly by Roslindale-based staff and then volunteers like myself and others who are residents. The key thing on this is the committees, and I want people to really zero in on that. Economic Development Committee, which I'm the co-chair of, we have volunteers that have certain expertise, whether it's in commercial real estate, and you'll see a little presentation on that later tonight. We have folks that have specialties in architecture, in marketing, in design, people that are willing and able to provide that expertise for free on a volunteer basis to basically everybody in this room. And if you're looking for some type of work, whether it's on a building or for your business or on a promotional perspective or anything like that, we can help you. And we want to help you. And so I hope if you leave here with one thing tonight, you remember that we have people that are willing and able to help you with really anything we can. And that's why we're here, and that's what we do. As I mentioned, these are some of the ways we can help. I won't go through them again. They're pretty self-explanatory, but we're here to help. And we have some more specific information from our volunteers and from other folks tonight as we go along that I think will really zero in on that for everybody. These are some quick visual examples, because visuals are great. I'll just point to each one very briefly, starting in the upper left. So that open house we did was at the Prescott Building, which was formerly the Jerusalem Trading Building, for folks that know, right? It's adjacent to Adams Park. It's a landmark building in our Village Square area. We reached out to the landlord, Maria, who is a local Roslindale resident, talking about what could fill that vacancy, what could go in there now that the first floor and the second floor at the time were vacant. We hosted an open house. We had a number of residents, a number of prospective businesses come. I'm happy to say, based off that open house and based off some of the work, particularly that Anthony Giordano, the RVMS President, has done, we're able to secure a tenant for the second floor of that building who is there, and we are working very actively on the first floor, and I think there's some good things to come on that soon. So that's just an example on some of the vacant buildings of what we're trying to do. The second one is actually the pop-up build zone was also in a vacant building that will soon not be vacant. That is over the former Select Cafe space, which is right next to the commuter rail station, to give a sense of where we're talking about. So we teamed up with Roslindale Wants to Play, a playground advocacy group, and they actually did an indoor playground basically for kids. It was wild, it was fun. It was over a course of 2 days. And importantly for the businesses to know is we actually did a lot of survey research after the fact and found that basically every single person that came with their kids went to at least one of the local businesses after or before they went to the build zone. And I think that's really important. And a lot of them went to more than one. And so that was something that we want to build upon. The pop-up music celebration was also in the Prescott Building, and that was another example of trying to activate that space. We had basically an artistic, musical, and visual performance in there. And the last thing, which is a little older, was some of the sign work we did with Reds and with Tony's when they were in the former location, when that building was undergoing work to have second floor units done. RVMS is available and able with some of our design professionals, but again, they do it on a volunteer basis to help with signage and things of that nature to help promote your business or work on some signage stuff. We're also, it's not up there, but we've also been working with the Family Dollar store on some of those. You may notice they're undergoing some renovations now, and we plan to work with some of the other businesses and owners as well, so we're here for that. I'm going to turn it over really quickly to Anthony. Anthony Giordano is probably known to many of you in the room. He's the president of Roslindale Village Main Street. He is a building owner in the square. He owns 15 Burr Street, the building on the corner. Many of you have probably seen there's a lot of facade work that's happening there right now. He's a good example of taking advantage of some of these programs and can talk really quickly about some of his work on that.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. It was October of 2015 when I got the phone call that said, from my brother-in-law saying that the building was for sale. So let's scramble, let's buy the building. No idea what we were getting into. And once we finally passed papers, my first phone call was to Roslindale Village Main Street, to Christina, to say, hey, we bought the building, we're gonna need your help. So she quickly scrambled, put me in touch with the city to investigate what programs were available to us to help, because the building needs help, still needs help, it's being helped, and thanks to the city. She put me in touch with some real estate people, including Dennis right there, to help kind of figure out what we do, how we do it. We've looked to the banks, we looked to architects, insurance people, lawyers to help us through figuring out. I mean, we never knew what it takes to get a lease done, to talk to people about marketing the space. So our heads were spinning, but RVMS was our first phone call, and they're still there for us. And now, I guess I'm the case study that can stand here and say, we want to help you figure out what you need. And if, from my experience, I can give you my take on it. But if I don't know, there are plenty of people here. Look around who can help us get to that point. So whatever your questions are, we're here to help. We're here to help.